Well, hello, my She Merge community, my author page, the Journey of Woman page. Uh, I just wanted to get on and say Happy Mother's Day. There's been a lot going on these past 3 weeks, and there's been some things I wanted to do, but my life has been shook, and I haven't been able to shake the deaths that have happened in the last month or so. I just had three back to back, and it was kind of hard. But I refuse not to get on here and say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers on all my pages, and those that will watch on my YouTube page. Um, I want to celebrate you and all that you do. Women, we have so many hats. You know we do. You know we do. And sometimes we get overwhelmed, um, and we lose sight sometimes that we're human. And I just want us to remember, um, there's no way for us to be perfect. God didn't create us to be perfect, but there are a million ways to be a good mother. Um, and that's what we strive for. I want to encourage you to strive for perfection. Don't kill yourself doing that, because the Bible says we all sin and fall short. Um, None of us are good. So I just wanted to remind you of that. Enjoy, embrace being a mother, and we grow from our mishaps, our missteps, um, and our children grow by watching us. Um, there's a quote I read not too many days ago that says, "A mother's heart is a child's schoolroom," and that's by Henry Ward Beecher, and that's so true. I say in my book, The Journey of Woman, that um, it's wonderful to teach and train our children different things, but they learn more by what we actually apply to our lives. So there have been times I've tried to teach my kids something, and then they'll look back and say, "But Ma, you said this and this happened." So that's when it hit me also that be mindful. Be mindful that our children learn more from what we do than what we say. And when they bring it to our attentions, let us not be quick to criticize and say, "I'm the mother," or whatever. But sit and listen, sit and have a conversation, apologize if you need to, and say, "Look, we're working on it. Let's work on this together." That's what I've learned to do with mine. So I celebrate us and all that we go through. I celebrate us in just womanhood. Um, like I said, it's been a tough month, um, with three deaths back to back. And literally, they were deaths that weren't expected. And I think that's what's making it harder for me. I have two women that have passed away, and then two mothers. And then I have a dear friend's husband that passed away unexpectedly. I mean, when I say these were back to back, I was like, I almost couldn't breathe when I got the last call. So I want to celebrate Mother Waltina Bobo, um, of the First Cathedral in Bloomfield, Connecticut. I grew up at First Baptist in Hartford, which now is the First Cathedral in Bloomfield, Connecticut. And she was the woman, um, the reverend that would talk to us young ladies about prayer, about marriage, just life in general. She had no qualms letting us know when we were wrong and how to snatch us back from the pits of hell. We all have those stories where we haven't always walked this walk and talked this talk. And she was one that when I got that call, I was like, oh my God. So I send my love and condolences to her children, Bernard and Aletta Bobo. And this last call I got was when my husband told me. I was like, what, how, when, what's going on? What are you talking about? This can't be true. It's Deacon Bernadette Davis, now McLean. Is a member of the church we used to pastor before we unclosed here in Texas. She came in and set some ground rules and fixed and settled some things. Bernadette was a server. It was funny when she first came to our church, she said, I'm not doing anything. Her children actually are the ones that brought her in. And then she joined along with them. And to get a call like that, it was like, this can't be true. This can't be true. So for both these women, when I think about them, Proverbs 31, verse 20 says, she's quick to assist those in need and reaches out to help the poor. Both these women, Minister Bobo, Martina Bobo, not only did she pour into us, she poured into the community. My God, help me. She poured into the community. She's been abroad ministering to help people and praying people through and meeting needs that were needed to be met. Deacon Bernadette Davis was the same way. She was a licensed social worker, was her profession. So that should let you know that, yep, she was there to meet the needs of the people. There's so much I could say, but my heart is heavy, and I almost didn't do this video, but I refuse not to celebrate the women of God that have left here. I refuse not to celebrate my own mother. I refuse not to give honor to these beautiful, beautiful women of God. So I celebrate everyone that will listen to this. If you're a mother and you had your child naturally, if you had adoption, if you even lost a child, that means you're still a mother. Fur babies, moms, stepmoms, moms in love, all the facets of a mother. I celebrate you all today, even with my heavy heart. Mom, thank you. Thank you for always teaching me we live to die. I don't know what I would be if you never instilled that in us. And as hard as these 3 deaths were and have altered who I am, I know God does all things well. So I celebrate you all. Again, I'm going to keep saying that I celebrate you all. Christy Law, I celebrate you. And I am continually praying for you in the loss of your mom. Beautiful, beautiful woman of God that will make you laugh even when she is in pain. She always talked about the goodness of God. Chrissy and I were taking a drive and we were laughing and talking about how good God is and what he was going to do and if he didn't, he's still God. Just okay. So there's a few other women I want to celebrate while they're living. My mother, let me go back. My mother in love left us years ago, and I couldn't have asked for a better mother in love. She loved me and I loved her. There are days that I just want to scream, say, come back. So I know the pain of losing. I think she was the first person that really helped me understand the process of death and what happens after the grief process. So I miss her and I honor her for who she is and what she meant to me and my children and her son. Now I want to honor Apostle Fortson, who let me know the power of having the Holy Ghost with the evidence of speaking in tongues. It saves my life so many times since the first time I received the evidence of speaking in tongues. Is a refreshing. There's that comes upon me when I go in my prayer closet and actually go into that state of prayer. So, Apostle, I thank you. I love you. God knows I miss you, but I know you're a phone call away. There's been, as I haven't gotten to talk to you in a while, but I know that you call out my name. Oh, Mother Retha Bailey, First Lady Retha Bailey, who I grew up under. Thank you for showing us um, well, how to be a wife and a mother and all that stuff. And now that I've been that First Lady, ma'am, I get it. I get it. I get it. So thank you for being that example. And thank you for trusting your children with me. Trusting your children with me and loving us unconditionally. To my First Lady, Jamie Haynes, you came in my life at a real hard time. And I will be sharing those stories with as I pour and minister through the journey of moments. So thank you for being that example of just being present. Your presence speaks volumes when you walk in a room. So thank you for showing me the power of presence. And now to my First Lady, Dr. Delicia Garnes, my confidant, a listening ear, an encourager, a woman of wisdom. I want to celebrate you today. For I have stories there too that I have been able to walk through and will be able to encourage other women because of the wisdom you have poured into me. So I say happy Mother's Day to you as well. Mother Powers, thank you. You and Deacon Powers, another couple examples at First Baptist, now First Cathedral in Bloomfield, Connecticut. So though that's all I'm going to name right now. There's so many, many, many people that have spoken into my life. And before I leave this life, I pray that I'll be able to acknowledge you all. So tonight, remember, mothers, our hearts is our child's schoolroom. Let us continue to ask God to purify us and cleanse us so that the generational stuff, the habits of our forefathers can die and be killed and we become more like Christ daily, and that our children see that. But if we miss the mark, and we will, I promise you, keep living, you will. Take time and explain to your children their history. Take time to explain to your children your mistakes, where you fell short. So when they feel those things, they'll understand how to fight the battle of generations before them. When they get in a hard place, condemnation is not what you want to give them. Love is what you want to give them. Because we're not perfect, and God has loved us in spite of ourselves. So tonight, I just want to say, happy Mother's Day. I pray every woman has an amazing day. And if that doesn't happen, I ask that you can pull on the strength of God to get through your day. Because I will say there have been Mother's Days where I've cried throughout the whole day. So wherever you are on Mother's Day, work through it. Ask God to reveal what it is. And then allow Him to love on you like only He can. My God, because we serve an amazing God, even in our pain. And even though these last 3 weeks, months have been hard, and I have not been my happy-go-lucky self, and I may not even sound like it now, and I'm trying. Know that God is with you. He's with us. And we will yet give Him praise in the midst of it. but we will own that we don't like it. We will own that it's painful. I had a friend, oh my God, I got to share this. I have a friend, Jerry B. Beasley. She radio host here in Texas. And she shared today something that just blew my mind. And even though I have my mom, this blessed me. She lost her mom maybe 2 years ago. And she promised her mom she wasn't gonna put flowers on her grave. And I was like, oh wait, that's what people do. But she said something on a post that just I'm gonna share and hope it blesses someone else like it blessed me. And what she did, she posted a picture of these beautiful flowers in her home. And what she said, when I lost my mom, she no longer was in her earthly body, but I have her right here in my heart. So what she did, instead of taking the flowers to the grave and let them sit there and not be appreciated, because she said her mom is with her. She brought the flowers and put them in her home. And she says her and her mom can just smell them and love and enjoy them in her home. And even though I haven't lost my mom, I promise you, my mom is in her 80s, and I'm so grateful God has sustained her. But when it's her time, I promise, Jerry, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That just made so much sense. So, with all that said, I just want to say happy Mother's Day to everyone and have a joyous day. Till next time.